Over half a century has passed since The Sound of Music first graced our screens, yet its charm remains timeless. For many, this cinematic gem represents more than a movie. It's a memory, a melody, and a story of love, courage, and family. But as we continue to sing along to Do Re Mi and marvel at the hills that were alive with music, it's important to remember the real people behind those iconic roles. Today, we pay tribute to 13 beloved actors from The Sound of Music who have sadly passed away. Their legacies live on in each note of the soundtrack and every line of the script. Cancer Asor as party guest. Cancer Asor may not be a household name today, but her brief appearance as a party guest in The Sound of Music carries a deeper cinematic significance than one might expect. Her participation in the grand gathering at the Von Trapp Villa offered more than just a background presence. It was a quiet tribute to an earlier era of Hollywood. Asor was 78 years old when she appeared in the film, and by that time she had already lived through and contributed to the evolution of cinema, from its silent beginnings to the golden age of talkies. Born in the late 19th century, Cancer Asor came of age during the infancy of motion pictures. She was part of a generation of women who helped shape early Hollywood, often working under the radar in bit parts, background roles, or even as extras in productions that now form the backbone of film history. Although detailed records of her early filmography are scarce, common for many supporting actresses of the silent era, her longevity in the business and continued involvement well into the 1960s is a testament to her passion and adaptability. In The Sound of Music, Asor's placement among the guests at the opulent Von Trapp soiree symbolically linked the old and new guards of Hollywood. Her presence reminded us that before Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer captivated global audiences, a previous generation of artists laid the foundation for their success. Cancer Asor passed away on November 9, 1977, at the Motion Picture and Television Country House and Hospital in Woodland Hills, California, an institution that has long served as a haven for aging film industry professionals. She died of natural causes at the age of 90, leaving behind a quiet but meaningful legacy. Her name may not appear in the opening credits, but her contribution to The Sound of Music and to cinema's formative years deserves recognition. Heather Menses as Louisa Von Trapp. Heather Menses brought infectious energy and youthful mischief to the role of Louisa Von Trapp, the second oldest daughter in The Sound of Music. At just 16 years old, during the film's 1965 release, Menses was already showing the charisma and natural screen presence that would endear her to audiences for decades. Her performance was marked by a blend of sassiness and charm, capturing the playful, prank-loving spirit of Louisa, a character that brought lightness and humor to the Von Trapp family dynamic. Born on December 3, 1949, in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Heather Menses immigrated to the United States with her family and began her acting career as a teenager. While The Sound of Music marked her breakout role, she continued working steadily in film and television throughout the 1970s and early 1980s. She starred in the cult sci-fi series Logan's Run and appeared in popular shows like T.J. Hooker, The Bob Newhart Show, and The Love Boat. Despite the fame she gained from The Sound of Music, she often remained humble about her legacy, preferring to focus on her craft and her family. Tragically, Heather was diagnosed with terminal brain cancer in November 2017 and passed away just a month later on December 24th in Frankfurt, Ontario, at the age of 68. Her death was deeply felt by fans, former cast members, and the broader entertainment community. Her warmth, talent, and advocacy left an indelible mark, and her role as Louisa continues to be cherished by generations of The Sound of Music fans. Ben Wright as Herr Zeller. Ben Wright brought a chilling authority to the role of Herr Zeller, the menacing Nazi official whose presence casts a dark shadow over the otherwise joyful world of The Sound of Music. Zeller represents the growing threat of fascism encroaching upon Austria, and Wright's performance as the cold, calculating bureaucrat was instrumental in grounding the film's idyllic narrative in the harsh reality of its historical backdrop. His portrayal added emotional stakes and tension to the story, especially during the climactic scenes where the Von Trapp family is faced with the terrifying prospect of being conscripted or detained. Born on May 5, 1915, in London, England, Ben Wright began his acting career on the British stage before emigrating to the United States, where he transitioned into radio, film, and television. A gifted voice actor as well as a screen presence, Wright became widely known for his versatility. He voiced several characters in Disney classics, including Rama, the kind and noble father wolf in The Jungle Book, and Grimsby, Prince Eric's loyal servant, in The Little Mermaid, which would ultimately be his final role. Tragically, Ben Wright passed away on July 2, 1989, in Burbank, California, due to complications following heart surgery. He was 74 years old. His death occurred just months before the release of The Little Mermaid, marking a poignant end to a career that spanned decades and multiple entertainment mediums. Though he played a feared antagonist in The Sound of Music, Wright's legacy as a talented and generous performer continues to be celebrated by fans of both live-action classics and animated films alike. Monteo Grady as party guest. Monteo Grady may have had only a fleeting on-screen presence in The Sound of Music, appearing as one of the elegantly dressed guests at the grand party held at the Von Trapp villa. But behind that brief appearance lies a long and fascinating career that spans the very evolution of Hollywood itself. Born on July 6, 1915, Grady entered the film industry during the silent era, beginning his journey as a child actor. He was part of an early generation of performers whose careers were shaped by the transition from silent films to the advent of sound in cinema, a seismic shift that left many behind, but which Grady managed to navigate with quiet resilience. By the time The Sound of Music began filming in the early 1960s, Monteo Grady was no longer a leading man or child star, but had embraced a steady and meaningful career as a background and character actor. His work, though often uncredited, added authenticity and texture to dozens of productions across film and television. In The Sound of Music, his presence among the glittering crowd of Salzburg's high society helped flesh out the setting, lending a sense of realism and grandeur to the scene that audiences may not consciously notice, but certainly feel. Monteo Grady passed away on March 8, 2000, in Los Angeles, California, at the age of 84 due to natural causes. Though his name may not be widely recognized by the public, his contribution to film history remains quietly significant. He embodied the spirit of the unsung professional, the kind of actor whose devotion to the craft enriched the stories of countless productions, including The Sound of Music. His life in film was not marked by fame, but by legacy, perseverance, and a quiet, enduring presence that lives on in every frame he appeared in. Anna Lee as Sister Margareta. Anna Lee's portrayal of Sister Margareta, the kind-hearted and supportive nun in The Sound of Music, remains one of the most memorable performances in the film. Sister Margareta is the figure of warmth and understanding who helps Maria navigate her spiritual and personal journey, providing crucial emotional support at a time of deep turmoil. Lee's portrayal was rich with compassion, offering a comforting presence in the abbey scenes, contrasting with the stricter, more authoritative nuns like Mother Abbess, played by Peggy Wood. At the time of filming in 1965, Lee was 52 years old, but her ability to channel the wisdom and nurturing spirit of Sister Margareta belied her years, making her performance all the more powerful and touching. Born in England on January 2, 1913, Anna Lee's career began in the 1930s, and she would go on to establish herself as a versatile actress with a career spanning over 5 decades. Throughout the 1940s and 1950s, She made notable appearances in both British and American films, often playing roles that showcased her elegance and poise. Lee's impressive range also saw her acting on stage and in television. Despite the tragedy she faced in 1981 when a serious car accident left her wheelchair-bound for the rest of her life, Lee's determination to continue working and inspiring others was remarkable. She did not let her physical limitations interfere with her career, continuing to act in films and TV shows well into her later years. Even though the accident caused her significant personal challenges, her grace and resilience remained an inspiration to all who worked with her. Anna Lee passed away on May 14, 2004, at the age of 91, in Beverly Hills, California, due to pneumonia. Her death marked the end of a remarkable life and a distinguished career. Lee's impact on the sound of music and on the entertainment industry as a whole continues to be felt, and her portrayal of Sister Margareta remains one of the film's most beloved performances. Her life and work exemplified a blend of grace, dedication, and resilience, and she leaves behind a legacy that will forever be remembered by fans and colleagues alike. Norma Varden as Frau Schmidt. Norma Varden's portrayal of Frau Schmidt, the Von Trapp family's diligent and kind-hearted housekeeper, is one of the quieter but essential performances in The Sound of Music. As Frau Schmidt, Varden brought a sense of order and structure to the Von Trapp household, skillfully balancing the chaos of 7 children with her gentle yet firm authority. Her character was more than just the caretaker of the home. She offered a sense of comfort and calm in the midst of the turmoil surrounding the family's transition from a strict military life to one filled with love and music. Varden's portrayal also showed moments of dry humor and subtle warmth, creating a memorable and relatable character. Born on October 20, 1912, in London, England, Varden's career spanned over 4 decades, with a wide variety of roles in film and television. Before her work in The Sound of Music, she had established herself as a highly regarded actress, known for playing regal, authoritative, or refined characters. Her deep, resonant voice and poised presence made her a favorite for roles in period dramas and prestigious productions. Varden was already 67 years old when she filmed The Sound of Music in 1965, but she played the role of Frau Schmidt with an ageless elegance that made her seem timeless. Varden's later years were spent in California, where she continued to make occasional appearances on screen. Her impeccable career, however, was overshadowed by her quiet yet impactful presence in the world of cinema. After a life well lived and a career that left an indelible mark on both the stage and screen, Norma Varden passed away on January 19, 1989, at the age of 90 in Santa Barbara, California, due to heart failure. Frank Baker, as party guest. Frank Baker, a British-born actor with an extensive career in Hollywood, is best remembered by The Sound of Music fans for his appearance as a party guest at the Von Trapp family's grand gathering. Although his role was not central to the plot, Baker's contribution to the film added an air of authenticity and class to the iconic party scene. At the time of filming in 1965, he was 73 years old, but he had already built a career spanning decades in the film industry. Baker's acting career began in the early days of Hollywood and flourished during the golden age of film. Specializing in supporting roles, he became known for his performances in westerns and other character-driven dramas. His roles often saw him portraying dignified or authoritative figures, qualities that served him well in The Sound of Music. Although his role as a party guest was minor, his seasoned presence helped elevate the film's atmosphere, bringing a wealth of experience to even the smallest of roles. Before The Sound of Music, Baker had earned recognition for his work in a variety of genres, including his memorable roles in Hollywood westerns. His sharp presence and ability to bring depth to even brief roles made him a respected actor within the industry. Frank Baker passed away on December 30, 1980, at the age of 88 in Woodland Hills, California, due to natural causes. While he may not have been a household name, his lengthy and varied career in film left a lasting legacy. Lala Richards, as party guest. Lala Richards played a party guest in the iconic gathering scene at the Von Trapp estate in The Sound of Music. Although her role was small and not one of the film's most prominent, Richards's presence added an essential layer to the grand atmosphere of the Von Trapp family's celebration. As a member of the supporting cast, her role contributed to the richness and authenticity of the scene, where the aristocratic gathering plays a key part in the film's early moments. At 49 years old during filming in 1965, Richards brought a quiet elegance to her appearance, complementing the refined setting of the Von Trapp villa. Richards had a long career in film and television, although she is not as widely recognized as some of her co-stars from The Sound of Music. Her body of work primarily consisted of supporting roles, often appearing in background scenes that added depth to the film's storytelling. While her role in the beloved musical was fleeting, she was part of the broader ensemble that helped make the film's world feel complete and real. Born in the early 20th century, Richards was a woman of her time, with a career that spanned several decades. She lived through the changing landscape of cinema and television, appearing in works that showcased her versatility in different genres. Despite her smaller roles, she brought a depth and authenticity to her characters that resonated with audiences. Lala Richards passed away on February 7, 1998, at the age of 90 in Los Angeles, California, due to natural causes. Her death marked the loss of yet another member of the beloved Sound of Music cast, James Gonzalez as party guest. James Gonzalez made a brief but memorable appearance as one of the guests during the grand party scene at the Von Trapp estate in The Sound of Music. Although his role was small, his contribution to the film's ensemble cast helped to enrich the sense of opulence and elegance that defined the Von Trapp family's world. As a party guest, Gonzalez's presence added a sense of authenticity to the bustling atmosphere of the event, reinforcing the grandeur of the occasion. At 54 years old during filming in 1965, Gonzalez was a seasoned actor who had worked in both film and television. His career spanned multiple decades, and he had a reputation for taking on supporting roles in various productions. While his role in The Sound of Music was not a major one, his inclusion in the film highlighted his experience and skill as a character actor. Gonzalez was known for his versatility and ability to seamlessly blend into any role, making him a valuable part of the film's larger ensemble. James Gonzalez passed away on January 25, 1971, at the age of 59. Although the cause of his death is not well documented, his work in The Sound of Music continues to live on as part of his legacy. His portrayal, though subtle, was integral to the film's lasting impact and the atmosphere that continues to captivate audiences worldwide. His role as a party guest, while fleeting, remains a small yet significant piece of the timeless story. Charmian Carr as Liesl Von Trapp. Charmian Carr's portrayal of Liesl Von Trapp, the eldest of the 7 Von Trapp children, remains one of the most beloved performances in The Sound of Music. At 21 years old, Carr brought to life the character of Liesl, the teenager caught between childhood innocence and the complexities of adulthood. Her most iconic moment in the film came during the unforgettable 16 Going on 17 duet with Rolf, a scene that has since become one of the most memorable musical numbers in cinematic history. The song, filled with youthful optimism and the bittersweet realization of growing up, resonated deeply with audiences then and continues to do so to this day. Tragically, Charmian Carr passed away on September 17, 2016, at the age of 73 due to complications from a rare form of dementia. Her death marked the end of an era for The Sound of Music, as she was one of the last remaining members of the film's beloved cast. Despite her passing, Carr's portrayal of Liesl remains immortalized in the hearts of fans around the world, as she will always be remembered as the vibrant and unforgettable eldest Von Trapp daughter. Peggy Wood as Mother Abbess. Another omission from the source, but too important to leave out, Peggy Wood played the wise and compassionate Mother Abbess. Her performance of Climb Every Mountain was a spiritual anchor for the film. Born in 1892, she was 73 during filming and passed away in 1978 at the age of 86. A Broadway legend, Wood's voice was dubbed for the song, but her acting carried the emotional weight beautifully. Richard Hayden as Max Detweiler. Richard Hayden's Max was both comic relief and subtle social commentary, balancing charm and ambition. A veteran of film and stage, Hayden was 60 when he appeared in The Sound of Music. He passed away in 1985 at the age of 80. His sophisticated portrayal of Max remains a fan favorite, particularly for his dry wit and dramatic flair. Eleanor Parker as Baroness Elsa Schrader. Eleanor Parker portrayed the glamorous, yet ultimately unsuitable, Baroness Elsa Schrader. With poise and elegance, she served as Maria's rival for Captain Von Trapp's affections. A three-time Academy Award nominee, Parker was 43 during filming. She passed away on December 9, 2013, at age 91 due to complications from pneumonia. Her portrayal added complexity to the romantic dynamics of the story. As we remember these beloved actors who brought The Sound of Music to life, their legacies continue to inspire us. Which performance touched you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell for more nostalgic content.